Welcome to the Female MSI Club podcast. This is your host, Sarah McCalden, where I interview women from around the globe about their entrepreneurial journeys, from money to mindset and everything in between. There is always so much to talk about. Thank you for listening and enjoy. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Female MSI Club podcast. It's Sarah McCalden here. Today I have an amazing woman here with me, Nina Karamatic. Nina lives in Paris. I will let her tell you a little bit about her story. I met Nina through the Bob Proctor coaching program, which we were both in, and I got started there about 3 years ago. And the Bob Proctor coaching program changed so much for me in terms of my thinking. I'm so grateful for that program, and it's also led me to meet so many amazing people. And Nina and I are in a book club together. And right now we're reading Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz every week. So hi Nina, how are you today?
Hello Sarah, great. I'm feeling great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. So I'd love for you to tell our listeners just a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey. You know, what was your mindset like? How has your mind changed over time?
Mm-hmm. So my let's call it my business. I personally call it a project because it's really a project. It's growing every day. It's based on my book, Shift Your Life with Colors. And this is a combination between the ancient art of mandala coloring and positive affirmations. And my business started with this book, and I'm working on it daily to develop a whole program now, also video course, because my wish is to bring back people to their inner being, so to bring them back to their natural talents, and one of them is creativity. And how did it change? So how did my mindset changed? It's very easy to say. As mentioned, this project is growing, and the more this project is growing, the more I feel a certain freedom inside of me. So a freedom that I can share the book, I can help the people with the book, I can create the video course. This video course will then open new doors for dabbling in new way of communication with people around me. So when you start with a business and you start over the project, it can be a little thing. You start to touch a way of freedom inside of you. Yeah. And it started, actually the writing of the book started last year. And I published it this year.
And you just spoke about, you know, you want to bring people back to their natural talents, and you mentioned creativity. What in your view happens to people? How does your book help to reconnect with their creativity?
There can be many reasons why people lose this feeling of their creativity, or why they start to think that they're not creative enough. So sometimes it starts already in the family, that, for example, the parents are maybe working. They are not, let's say, artists. So the kids are not confronted with someone who is drawing pictures or with someone who is writing. So they really don't know how to develop in this very young age the skills needed for becoming an artist. I will now talk as an artist, and also it can also be the school. So, for example, when you have a talented kid and this kid has drawn something, and then the teacher comes and says that it's not good. So this can also very often destroy the self-esteem and this creativity in a very early childhood. What is also very important, sometimes it can happen that the parents or the teachers or the adults that are around the children, they just don't know how to read the signs that the kid is talented, so that they can invest into the development of this talent. Later, also in the stage when we come more into the adult age, is that creativity is, I'm not saying that it's not respected, but you must be declared artist, that people accept that you are a creative person. But that's not true. Every one of us is creative. So when we think about creativity, mostly people think about artists, writers, I don't know, dancers. I mean, this is a way how creativity can manifest. But creativity can also be, for example, cooking a dinner. So being in the kitchen, sometimes you don't have the time to plan or to organize every step. Sometimes you must bring fast decisions, and this is actually creativity. Managing sometimes can also be a creativity. Sales is creativity, so selling to someone something, so get into the feeling of the sales communication. This is all the same source, so it can manifest in so many different ways. This can also be one of the reasons why people get disconnect, is that it's the wrong definition of creativity.
That's exactly what I think, but I didn't think that. I didn't believe that. I was one of those people who thought that creativity was just about, being a good artist, and for me, like, I didn't learn how to draw, and so I always said to myself, oh, I'm not good at drawing, I'm not a creative person. And I have heard people, since I became aware that creativity, like you say, manifests in so many different ways, when I hear people say I'm not a creative person, I have to step in now and say, actually, you are, and in all of these different ways that I can see it.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's good. That's good. Just to also come back to your second questions, how can my book help? As mentioned in the book, this is a combination of mandala coloring and positive affirmations. So in the book itself, at the end, there are mandala templates. So first, you will read how to use the mandala template. So it's a little bit this theoretical part, but then at the end, you have the templates, and it's about the simple process of coloring. So just taking crayons and color a mandala template, you start to reconnect yourself with your creativity, because first of all, it's an easy process. So this also, for example, when you say coloring, people underestimate it. No, there's no reason to underestimate coloring, because professional artists, they do it too. They create first the pattern, and then they start to color the pattern. So the coloring process will start to bring you little by little back to this connection with your inner child and with your inner being. And from this point on, a lot of solutions will start to come out. Mostly also because you will gain a new faith in the whole process of creativity. And what is also a benefit is you will start to reduce stress, but stress in a way that I'm not an artist, I'm not good, this is not good, people are stressing themselves. No, color, just do it smoothly, listen to easy music, and you will see that, as mentioned, step by step, you come back to this natural part of that what you are.
I love that you said don't underestimate the power of coloring. Yeah. I think that's something that I have in my mind, actually. So yeah, that's helped me to change my thinking on that. So let me ask you about your why, and what's your why in life? Like you want to help people to reconnect with their creativity. What's the driving force behind that?
Well, the why is creativity. So this is really driving me. This is really driving me forward. But in my case, when this creativity manifests, it mostly also manifested through dancing. So what I love. So this is the movement of the body. So to see also the different way how people communicate with their bodies. So it's a bit of the body language that's behind, and this is helping me, because when I see that someone, how the shoulders are maybe a little bit in front, um, I can already start a communication a little bit more direct, and find some little points to help people to unblock certain things. So this creativity, this whole process, it's hard to explain. It's like that you are, I always say I connect with the universe. So you must imagine that you have like a wire, and it's going out of your head. It's like click, and then you connect with the universe, and then everything, all these ideas and all the things that you need to say to the people. I mean, maybe someone got a problem and he just asking for an advice, and when you connect with the universe, as we mostly say, then the right answer will just come into your head, and you are much more open-minded to receive all these words and all these things that the world needs, not just the people, but the world and global. Yeah, this is what me drives really forward.
I get the download too, like you were saying, the wire, connect the wire to the universe, and for me, it's being outside in nature, like when I'm out walking.
Yeah.
All of
This
those
is also
thoughts,
very good.
they just come straight into my mind. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I feel like when they come into my mind for a reason, and I need to take action on those, as much as I can.
Also very important. So when you receive a message, or if maybe someone is walking around the nature as you told, and then you have an idea, or let's say the message, you should share it. I mean, you can write it down, write it in a Facebook post, just something. Very important is then whenever you receive such messages, to bring them to the world, to bring them to your friends, to bring them to the people. So to don't stop this never ending process of growing and renewing, that is actually meant for us, that we can have a better future tomorrow. It's very important always to be open to the source and to share the source. Yeah.
So I've got another question for you. What's the biggest highlight, or the biggest wow moment of your career manifest, and how did that change things for you?
Mm-hmm. Well, I will just now come back for a second to the first question that you asked. So to talk a little bit about myself. So I'm a Croatian, and I'm born in Germany, and I grew up with both languages. So, so I grew up bilingual. And later also I studied French, and I learned English. So I have this multilingual a level of speaking languages. And this wow moment that was really when I had my book in my hands. So I had the paperback, and I must still here say thank you to you and to all other masterminders who are now reading the psycho-cybernetics with us, because without you it would just be an ebook. So it was encouragement from your side to create the paperback, and when I held it in my hands, this was really a wow moment. and then the next step was the translation of it. So this moment when I really felt now I can translate it into German and into Croatian and into French, and again, so this space and this project is growing into I don't know where this is growing. Wherever I have this book in my hand, something new is coming out. So it's really amazing that when you do you remember in the Bob when Bob Proctor told us who knows for what you are created in this world, so don't put yourself any limit in your life, because you don't know where can you grow and how fast can you grow. And yeah, this is really this aha and wow moment, that when you in a moment see that that you really can grow. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
you
know how
take the
big we
first
can be one
step.
day. How where this limit? That's really the soul really got no limits.
Yeah.
And whenever it can be also another thing. So whenever you do something, whenever you finish something, and really this moment of joy, it's like yes, I finished it. Then you really have then you really know that how strong you are and how big you are, and every of these moments are special.
Yeah, that's so true. Like you don't know where your life is going to take you. If you've got an idea, take the idea and just start exploring it, and take an action step. You know, it doesn't have to be a big action step, but it will lead on to something, and then you might meet somebody, and then they'll say something, and that gets you to think of this other thing, and then and it's a journey, isn't it? Like it's that this is the beautiful thing about life,
Yeah.
And knowing, like you say, we are the only people we limit ourselves, right? Or we
Yeah.
don't, when we learn that we don't have to. Yeah.
No, there's no reason for. There's no reason for. And also a little bit fear. I was watching the movie. It was the movie. The name of the movie is The Shift. In the movie, he is saying how weird it is that when we were little babies in the body of our moms, during this first 9 months, we had all what we needed in our life, and then suddenly we come to the world and like everything's missing. I mean, it's not possible. It's not possible that nature gives you all during the first 9 months of your life, and then suddenly everything around you is missing. No,
Yeah.
there should be no fear that something's missing in your life. So this fear is also a way of a limit. So you limit yourself to grow, and you limit yourself that your business is not growing. You limit yourself that you don't achieve a certain amount of money. I mean, why? There's no reason for.
So I actually just had a little look. I haven't seen that film, but I will. It's by Wayne Dyer. I think it
Exactly,
said it
Wayne
was
Dyer. Yeah,
made in
yeah.
2009.
I just want to say there's also a very beautiful part where he's talking about women and about the role of women in the society, and how we always try to be good daughters, we try to be good wives, we try to be good sisters, good grandmas. We always have this role, and he is actually saying that every woman got something inside of her, and that we should listen to this voice. So whatever is meant to be realized, you should do it. You should go for it.
Thanks for
Yeah.
the recommendation. So yeah,
Sure.
that's good. If we want to use the words failure and success, the more I ask this question and the more I think about it, the more I think, well, is there such a thing as failure? For me, I don't like to think of things in terms of that anymore, because I think it's quite harmful to my self-esteem and my self-confidence. So how I like to think of it is, okay, well, that's challenging, or what is this what is this showing me that I need to learn here, rather than I failed at this, or that was a complete failure, or whatever. And how does your your interpretation of that kind of word failure affect the way that you view success?
Well, as you are saying, we mostly, when we talk about failure, we think about something negative, so that something was not good. And it can also be mixed with a certain feeling of guilt. So I don't know, you failed with a project and then you feel guilty because you lost a certain amount of money, or you did not achieve the goal that you wanted. But failures, I started to see them more and more positive. So first of all, if you failed, it means that you tried. So you did something. You did step forward. That's very important. And a failure is a little bit like a natural guiding system. It shows you that what you did, or how you did it, was not good for that what you want to achieve. So it's a little bit, it's a selection. So it's not just to achieve a goal. Very few people achieve from point zero directly the goal. It exists, but sometimes we need to collect certain informations, and it's to come to a certain point, and from to achieve a certain goal. But what is very important, I have started to accept failures also as something positive, and as information. I always have it in my mind, one day I will need this.
Yeah.
So this will come back into my life. And it really often happened that it was more a lesson that I needed to learn. Then I achieved my goal. Sometimes I don't know how, but I have it. And then after certain time, it just comes, aha, now I understand why I needed to fail, or why something did not work out how I wanted. It was because of this and this and this. And you really can connect the dots in a moment, and then the whole story just appears, and only positive things can come up. It change in perspective. So I think we really arrived to in an age and to a point that we can start to change the perspective and look at failures as something positive.
If I look back on my life and I think of all of the adversity that I've been through, all of the adversity has led to something positive down the track.
Take some courage and give yourself the opportunity to look at it from the positive perspective. Your mind starts to open, and you start to receive new ideas and new visions how to go on and how to learn from it.
That's good. And I liked how you said that it's a natural guiding system. I really like that. I've got another question for you, as this is the Female MSI Club podcast. Of course, I know that you know what MSI stands for. For listeners who might not know, that stands for multiple sources of income. And what's your take on why women should create multiple sources of income for themselves? You know, why is it important?
Mm-hmm. So we want a certain freedom. We wanted to go to work, and we wanted to have the possibility to create our lives with a certain freedom. But also on the other side, in today's life, it's not the cheapest. So and no matter which situation you are, you always need multiple sources of income. You can, for example, be a married mother with 2 kids, but to create a harmony in the family, you also how to say it, you as a mother you also have part, and you develop your share in the whole relationship. And while creating a multiple source of income, first of all, you are developing yourself, and you are showing also the kids what does it mean to be responsible, and to be responsible while earning money. so they can learn from as a single person, and you don't have kids, but you want to create a business.
Yeah, it's for fuller expression, right? I think that's the term that Bob Proctor uses as well.
Exactly.
You know, like
Exactly.
if we're limited, if we have just enough. So many people say, I just want enough to pay my bills and have a little bit of money for some holidays. But if we just have enough, if we have no more than enough, then we can't fully express ourselves. We can't learn the things that we want to learn. We can't really do the things that we want to do. You know, how many people are listening right now who think, you know, I wish I had more money, you know, because then I could do this, and this.
Sure. But not just this. I mean, we are now witnessing the whole coronavirus that happened. I mean, what's also multiple sources of income? It's giving you a certain security in such a weird situation that's just right now going in the world. So you will help yourself. For example, if you lose your job, on the other side you have another source of income. So you are still with your feet on the ground. You cannot break that fast. We have to start to shift our mindset, not just now, also for the future, because the whole world, the pandemic is this will take some years to change our minds and to focus on it, to create this multiple sources of income, no matter what it is. That what feels best for you, that you should create, as told for security that you have done. So worst case scenario, in some years we will have a new pandemic, but you won't be afraid of it because you are prepared for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what women have inspired you the most?
Well, is two musicians. One is a little bit older, one is a little bit younger. So Nina Simone, I really love her a lot. So when we remember time and with the jazz and blues music, she's such a great artist, and the legacy behind and her voice and how she's presenting it, she really changed a lot in the world. I really loved one of her quotes that you cannot be an artist without talking about the things that are going on in the world. So the fight that she did for this artwork and for her music, I really like her. And the younger one, it's much more modern. So it's Dido. She's this simple voice, and she's so I've read somewhere in an interview where she became a musician by hazard, but I don't think that's in hazard. She's so natural. She's really born to be that what you are. And when I see her, I always very often have the thought in my mind to follow your bliss. So it's like something happened in her life that this path was just shown up. She was following it, and the music that she is doing, I mean, 20 years ago, you still can listen to it. So she's also creating this classical way of music.
Yeah, that's interesting that they're both singers. That's amazing. And follow your bliss, and that quote from Nina Simone, that's just so awesome. Yeah, so spot on. What about you? What are you amazing at? What's your superpower? You know, it's funny.
Oh,
so many people will. You know, we feel uncomfortable, like blowing our own trumpet, I guess, you know, recognizing the good things about ourselves. But I think it's a really good exercise, because we all have amazing things about us. We all have a superpower. So, Nina?
Okay, I have two. Can you hear me?
I can, yeah. Yep, I can.
Okay, yeah. So my number one superpower is dancing. This is really, I'm really good at it, and I love it, and I love also to talk about it, and I love to share it. Then dancing is for me, it's body language. It's a way of communicating with the people. It's do it with words, you do it with your body. So you catch idea and you transform it into movements. And my second superpower is smiling. I really love to smile, and I'm so happy when I see people. And I'm
When you're allowed,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I love those superpowers. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
And what brings you joy? I imagine that it's something to do with your superpowers, but you tell us what brings you the
It
most joy.
is. Yeah, it is. But well, as mentioned, so everything it bring so dancing brings me joy, but I'm also a street art photographer. So street art photographer that you are capturing art of other people. So, that brings me joy to see what other people are doing, especially on the streets. This is for me really that's their superpower that I love. So it's a little bit the combination superpower and their superpower, and there's a bunch of happiness around. This really brings me joy. It's a very special passion, I must confess.
In terms of the vision that you have for yourself and your business, your career, your lifestyle, can you tell us about that?
Well, I'm working with the book right now, so really my main goal is to develop this project as much as possible. I'm just right now working on a video course. So have the book that you have theory. In the book are the templates, but the meaning of the video course is that you learn how to create your own mandala template. So this is a step forward. So it's like step number 2, and the translations also part of it, and of my future, and this all together a little bit into a package, into a program, and to see how to create an affiliate, also to give the possibility to work with affiliates, so that people can become an affiliate, because this is also another way of helping, as mentioned, MSI, so multiple source of income, a side income for someone. This is my main goal right now, especially coronavirus, because so many people lost their jobs, and I would like to work really on this to give people a new hope that there is a way out. There is always a possibility to create a source of income.
Yeah, so that's exactly what the Female MSI Club does. Also, we have an affiliate program so that people can earn an income. Those, that's a multiple stream of income for those people, and it's also allowing it's spreading the word, right? That's what we want. We want to spread the word about the Female MSI Club. You want to spread the word about your book, and help. The more people that know about these things, the more people can benefit from them, right?
Sure.
So tell us where we can find your book online. Do you have a website? Is it where can people buy the book? And do you have something that you want to give to a listener that's listening today?
Sure. So the book is available on Amazon. The title is Shift Your Life with Colors, and it's also, I have a web page, so it's the same, shiftyourlifewithcolors.com, and I have a Facebook page. So in case you need more information, refer them to the book, the people can contact me. But as mentioned, it's available on Amazon as a paperback, or if someone just want to read the ebook without the templates, available also as an ebook. And the giveaway, I have prepared two mandala pen I've inked them on my own, and affirmation mandalas, they have a middle, so in the middle you write a goal or something to for, and my wish I've put into it was peace and love. So I have 2 of the templates. I must confess there were 3. One day my hand was a little too shaky, so I have now 2. If someone's very, I come back from my vacation, I will prepare the 3rd one, but it will be much more precise than the one that just right now can't share.
That's great, and thank you so much. So I'll put all of the details. All of the details are below in the information section below the podcast. And thank you so much for being a guest. I've loved hearing about your journey and asking you all of these questions and finding out a little bit more about you and your journey.
Thank you, Sarah. I also really enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
We really hope you enjoyed this episode of the Female MSI Club podcast. If you did, share it with your friends and your family. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the website below, thefemalemsiclub.com, and we'll see you on the next podcast.